So how about a quick update on the Dodge project? I've started on the interior and I've encountered a problem with the rear bench seat in that it won't fold up. And odds are, if I'm having the problem, there's several other people that are having the problem as well, so I thought I'd point out what I have found and possibly how to fix it. I did look online for solutions. I found very little information that was particularly helpful. So sometimes you just got to dig into it and figure it out. Maybe I will find something that will help you. Let's take a look at what I got. So there could be a number of different reasons why your seat won't fold up, whether it be cable stretched or, in my case, my mechanisms were rusted up. This one on this side was working okay. You'd pull either lever, this arm would move out like so. But this other side was rusted solid, and I'm still having some difficulty with it snapping back into place, so I'm going to keep working on it a little bit here. But it's also difficult because I've got the seat out of the truck now, and it's hard to hold everything right. See, it would work right if it was in the truck. So anyway, I had a little bit of a twofold problem: rust, and my cable is stretched a little bit, so it doesn't work quite as good as it probably should. But what I did is I sprayed everything with penetrating oil, and now it seems to me like everything's working. So I'm going to go back together with it, get it in the truck, and see how it pans out. And that's kind of difficult working by yourself, as I often do. You just have to manhandle it and get it in the truck. Now, before you pull your seat, if you're having the problem of the seat not going up all the way or coming back down, if it gets locked in the upright position, first thing you want to do, there's a, let's see if I can grab it. This cover goes over, when it's in the truck, will be on it. You can take, it's just one screw, take it out, and you can, it hooks back up in here. See there? So it's difficult to get it off while it's in the truck. It is possible, but all I did was take this screw out, and then I just pried it back a little bit like that, and I could take lubricant spray all over everything that looks like a moving part. There's also this black thing here is part of the hinge. It moves, so you want to, well, actually it's part of the bracket, but I mean as the seat moves, that's a hinge point. You want to lubricate that as well. So try that first before you pull the seat. Put some good penetrating oil on both sides, let it sit, soak in, try working it. Don't get overly abusive with your handles, because if something in there breaks, I guess you're pretty well screwed, because I don't see a way to fix anything inside the seat without tearing the cover off. And I don't, you know, I'm not an upholstery guy. I don't want to mess with that. So anyway, if your lubrication doesn't work, what you need to do is get the seat out of the truck so you can take these off, get to everything you need to get to, and then manually work all these levers. Pop your cable off so you're not messing with it. Keep track of your spring. Take screwdrivers, penetrating oil, whatever, and just start working all of these mechanisms and see what's wrong. Odds are there's probably nothing really wrong. It's just corroded, or the factory lubrication has gotten old and hard. But anyway, my mechanism seems to be working good now. I'm going to pop my covers back on and set this monstrosity back in the truck. Now let me clarify something real quick. I said if the lubrication and stuff doesn't work, you need to pull the seat out to get to everything. So then the question is, how in the heck do you get the seat out if you can't raise it up? Because your seat bolts bolt right through here, and obviously with the seat down you cannot access them. So what you have to do is pull this cover back as much as you can without breaking anything, and make sure this arm is folded toward the front of the truck like that. Now the way you do that, if your cable won't pull it on its own, you got to take a screwdriver and get in between here and here, is what I did, and slowly work this arm back. Odds are if it's so stiff that your cable won't operate it, This spring is not going to immediately snap it back when you pull your screwdriver out. So in my case, the arm stayed out here, and I did that on both sides, and I was able to fold the seat up then. Immediately I accessed the 2 bolts on each side. They're 1/2-inch bolts, buzzed them out, and then I was able to remove the seat. So outside of that, I'm really not sure how you would do it, but that's how I did it. So while I got the seat out, went ahead, I'm vacuuming everything up. We're talking about years of accumulation and neglect. I'm going to vacuum that side next. I picked all the trash out of there. On the clean side, I put down, what do we got here? Oh, geez, I almost dropped it. Tough Stuff stain remover, multi-purpose cleaner. It's got a brush on it. I just sprayed all this. I'm going to come in and brush it senseless. I'm going to brush it so silly. Do this a couple of times, then take the shop vac, vacuum up all this foam. Don't be afraid to apply the foam. This carpet's very nasty. This isn't toxic foam. It's not rabies foam. It's good cleaning foam. So don't be scared to use it. All right, Tough Stuff and a good vacuum, and it's just 100% better. I wish the lighting was better, but such is life. And I didn't get up under the seat real good. Mainly the areas you're going to see and use. So I'm going to get the seat back in here and then move to the front, get all the carpets and everything clean. Then we're going to armor all and then or clean. I got some armor all cleaning pads we're going to use on the dash and the door panels. And we're going to use regular armor all on the weather stripping. Kind of help that out a little bit, get it nice and soft where it seals good. Then we're going to Windex these windows. May go ahead and pull that tent out before I put the back seat back in. In fact, I think I'm going to do that now. So I'm pulling off this old tent, and what I'm doing is using this Milwaukee heat gun. I'm getting it really hot. Not so dang hot that it melts or tries to crack the glass or anything like that, but hot that you don't really want to touch it. Then I take a razor blade about yay wide, and I grab it. It goes in a utility knife, just a long razor blade. And when that tent's nice and hot, it gets really soft, and you can just scrape it down. Of course, you're going to be left with residue from the adhesive. So I'm going to finish getting all this tent off. Then I'm going to put adhesive remover on the glass, let it soak into any adhesive film that's left on here. And then I'm going to buff it off and then use Windex and scrub it really good till I'm left with good clean glass, and then it'll be ready to carry over to the glass shop and have it re-tinted. All right, got the interior cleaned up pretty nice. Let's see how it turned out. I got one good treatment on the carpet. Usually takes a couple of treatments, 2 or 3 treatments probably, because this will come back. I can still feel that it's a little sticky. That Tough Stuff will start bringing that crap out, and the carpet's still a little sticky, so I'm sure the stains will come back if I don't treat it again. Just vacuumed everything good, armor-alled, but when I armor-alled, I didn't use the slick, snotty, sticky stuff. I used the cleaning wipes, and it doesn't leave behind much residue. It just kind of cleans pretty well. Finished getting the tint off the window, and it's clear as glass. So there was still some tint on the side windows as well. Got that off, Windexed everything, and I'm really pleased with how this back seat turned out. Now you can just simply hit the lever, folds up, stays up, and you got a lot of storage space in the cab of this truck. There's room under the seats, there's room under the rear seat, and this is good because this truck is a short bed, and which means I'm not going to put a toolbox on it. It'll just eat up too much bed space. So this area here will be very nice to put tools, tie downs, ratchet straps, whatever. And yeah, the seat works really well. So if you have the problem, I still need to screw that down some, but if you have that problem where your seat will not come up, Usually it's a lubrication issue with, or if it won't come down. It's usually a lubrication issue with your hinges, and all I did was lubricate them good, work them good, and sometimes you got to pull the seat to make that happen. That's what I did, but it worked out. Overall, the truck cleaned up pretty nice, and I think it's ready to put some people in here. I do have policies regarding passenger conduct. For example, I noticed there was a small burn in the seat right there. It's the only one I found in the entire interior, but the use of tobacco products in this truck is strictly prohibited, and it will result in the immediate passenger relocation to curbside. And you know, it's just the policy. Even I am not above the policy, so if it ever happens, you know, that's the remedy. Also, this is a kid-free zone, so there won't be any more food fights, spilt drinks, or anything of that nature. And so I tell people who have children, if they want to ride in here, that you know, you're going to have to man up, be a parent. And the way I see it, the parent's primary job and obligation is to keep their children out of my truck. So, all done here for now. Look forward to using this truck. It's pretty well ready to go. I mean, there's always, no project is ever truly completed. There's always a few things you find along the way. Like, you know, I know I'm going to need a throttle cable. It's starting to fray a little bit. I'm going to get one of those on there. What else? I found something, I don't remember now, but there's always going to be little things to do with an old truck. But I'd say on the whole, she's ready to drive, ready to use. And anyway, if you've enjoyed this little segment where I fix this truck up and make it presentable, then do me a favor, take the like button to Pound Town, and I'll see you in the next one.